Coverage of YCS Bochum. Welcome back to the coverage of YCS Bochum 2016. We were now in the top 8, and it's shaping up to be a tournament to be remembered.
Definitely.
It already is, of course. It's the largest in Europe of all time, you know that. I've knocked that point home over the course of the weekend.
Yeah.
But
Quite enough. Keep doing it.
I'm not going to stop it. If we look at the four corners of our top 8 tree, we can run you through this. We see in the upper left branch of that gigantic tree Joshua Schmidt. He won. He's in the next round. Below that, we got Niccolò Mazzoleni, who you might remember from the last event where he was in the top 4 and he had this moment of temporary insanity, I guess.
I guess that's the word you're going for.
Actually correct, yeah.
Not how I would describe it personally.
So
but
he is back with a vengeance. He's now trying to win an event and not get knocked out, very close to the finish. Then, if we go to the lower left corner, Marcello Barberi advanced to the next round. Mr. Kazabov, Kostadin Kazabov, is playing Awesome Hero. He also advanced to the next round, kicked out Rafael Nevin. So we got Marcello, we got Joshua, we got Niccolò, and Kostadin, who is so far the David in this field of Goliath.
Yep.
And then in the upper right corners, we got Roman Kieser. We just saw him last round in our backup feature match that we brought in. He won, of course. He's now going up against Eugen Heidt, a former European champion. And in the lower right corner, Billy Brake won, so he's now in the next round. And Marvin Kammerer, also from Switzerland. Switzerland really putting up a strong showing here. In the next round, in the top 8. And they are both playing Metal Foes. So we didn't want to feature Billy Brake for the third time. We're going to save that 3 times the charm for maybe the finals, maybe the semi-finals, depends on how this goes. And also it's a mirror match. We actually wanted to feature a different mirror match, which was Joshua versus Niccolò. But Niccolò told me, I really don't want to have a feature match. And normally I'm somewhat understanding. Very often I still try to get the player to agree and come in for the feature match.
Yeah.
In this case I was like, okay, I get it. I really get it. But I told him, my man, if you win this round, next round you're going to have a feature match no matter what. And he was like, his immediate response was, if I win. I'm like, well, that doesn't show a lot of confidence, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, technically you are correct. Only if you win against Joshua Schmidt are you going to have a feature match next round.
Yeah.
He was okay with that, which is kind of odd. Somebody then pointed out, remember last time when all of this happened, it was in the semi-finals. So this time you will again be featured in the semi-finals.
Yeah.
But he was okay with that. He was like, okay, I'm willing to take this risk. Maybe I'll get knocked out by Joshua Schmidt. I don't know what his thinking was right there, to be honest. All right. So now our feature match for the round is going to be Eugen Heidt, former European champion from Germany, also playing Paleozoic, versus Roman Kieser, somebody who did well in Switzerland. I still keep forgetting to ask him about that, playing Awesome Hero. Anything that we still need to go through? I think we've gone over these lists a couple of times.
I think we have.
Yeah. Well, something I didn't mention actually last time was the Into the Voids. That's
yes.
a really strange choice
From
of card from Roman Kieser. That's just a bit weird.
But the way that I see it with that is that most of his cards are cards that he's going to be able to draw and then set immediately, so he doesn't have to worry about his hand dropping. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know, it definitely makes a lot of sense. And he just wants to shrink his deck down as much as possible. Obviously, that's why he's got Upstart Goblin in there as well. He's even playing 2 Mask Charge. That's pretty crazy.
It's going to be interesting to see that in our feature match. I think we don't want to be falling behind the main event too much. They are already 8.5 minutes in. So with that, guys, let's take you to the table where we're going to get our game on for the top 8 of YCS Bochum. We see Eugen on the left and Roman on the right. We just saw Roman, like we said.
He was sat there even.
Yeah, we also had Eugen before in our backup feature match, but we never got the chance to get him on the... Oh, actually, did we get the third game? Yeah, that was the third game where the opponent basically just scooped. Is that correct?
No.
No, that was Roman's. Yeah, okay.
Roman was actually our actual feature match. Our backup feature match had finished by the time that we'd finished.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to move over to our backup.
So we have on Roman's side of the field, we've got Bullman, a Hero Lives, Upstart Goblin, Into the Void, Mass Change. He's kind of got a really, really good hand there.
Yeah.
Now, over on Eugen's side...
Eugen is starting, though.
Dimensional Barrier, which could mess that up.
And Max C.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, Eugen has a really, really good opening hand here.
In my interview with Roman, he said that this deck that he has is actually built to go second.
Wow, really?
Yes, he says that this is the best deck to go second with because it can still pull back.
Wow, okay.
You still want to go first if you can, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. But he was saying that you can go second with this deck.
I had a friend once he still exists. Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
I had a friend.
He built a Cosmo deck that was purely designed to go second.
It's because in a format where everybody wants to go first, if you build a deck that can win going second, then you're going to be good.
Yeah. So, Pot of Desires is the first thing to see.
He was also saying that he does really, really well against Paleozoic as long as his opponent doesn't open a Swap Frog.
Yeah.
Which in this case...
he indeed did.
Yeah.
But he was unable to produce a Totally Awesome, however.
This is true. This is true.
4,000 life points, first action of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about a big investment.
That's expensive. Big thumbs up from Eugen here.
Eugen's like, yeah, 4K, I can live with that, and here's a Max C. It's like 4,000 life points and a card for your opponent, in a way.
I think...
if he goes through with the mass change, if he doesn't get Dimensional Barrier, Max C still allows him to banish a card from the hand.
Yeah, it's very, very likely that he's going to be...
going for that.
Yeah, dim barriered. He's going to get dim barriered.
Yeah, definitely.
Dimensional Barrier is so good.
Or do you want to have him go through with it so he can draw more cards for Max C?
But then he'll get one taken away immediately with Dark Law,
so no.
Would you
in this case, not a good idea.
No, not a good idea.
Maybe you Twin Twister before?
Yeah, definitely. But, well...
You can still chain it.
The thing is, against Paleozoics, a lot of them are chainable. But I guess in this particular situation you would, because even if they do chain something to target the Shadow Mist, then you would then chain Mass Change. So, yeah, it's probably correct to Twin Twisters first.
And he's got 2 mass changes. Does that not mean he'd be able to
chain
and then chain again? So
he drew
can
a
still
second.
get it across.
Yeah, you can do that. He won't then be able to take a card from Eugen's hand, though, because its effect won't be able to activate.
There's a question, a pretty good question. Is Eugen and Joshua playing the same deck card for card?
They look very... unless I have both lists in front of me, I wouldn't be able to say exactly. But from my photographic kind of memory, as far as good as it is,
Joshua was also playing just the 3 Pot of Desires. I think the same monster setup with 3 swap, 3 dupe, 2 Ronin Totem, 2 Maxi.
Yeah,
and
it would make sense.
Maxing out on cards.
Don't we actually have Joshua Schlitt's deck list?
No. He's
right here. Actually, we still have it. Yeah, sorry, because we
were going to be featuring
we wanted to feature him.
Pretty much.
The order is a bit different. I see the breakthroughs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they also both have a breakthrough. They both have compulsory.
No, they are exactly the same.
I think they are exactly the same deck. Yes. Glasgow Yu-Gi-Oh already knew that. Apparently, he said yes.
Well, he's part of the same team as them both, so you would expect so.
Ah, okay. See, I didn't know that. Didn't know the entire city of Glasgow was part of that team.
The entirety of Glasgow.
The whole of them.
All of them.
So yeah, Acid. He's letting all this go through.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess you were right in this situation. He's let him go through with this particular play, and then now he's going to dim barrier it.
Well, would he not just then be able to mass change into the Dark Claw at the same time?
Nah, I guess at this point he's kind of accepted. Okay, this turn's not getting too far, so he's going to set that other mass change and then use it on Shadow Mist next turn.
Now Eugen has drawn a couple of cards from the Max C, one of them being Waboku, which is a pretty great card to have against this matchup because this one likes to kill you in one turn.
Yep.
It's all about big investment and big damage.
Yeah. Roman Kieser here is probably just going to set... No, okay, yeah, Twin Twisters. and then set mass change.
Okay, and Waboku.
Yeah.
Not much is going to happen in terms of damage.
Nope. Nothing at all. Still attacks. Just to let
Sets
him know
3.
who's boss.
Sets 3 to make sure he doesn't discard his hand from into the void. I believe he played that.
Yeah, he did. Yep. So that resolved successfully. I think it would be reasonable. Yeah, it'd be reasonable to mass change right now.
Draw step.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just gonna put this here. Anything you can do?
There's Bubble Man.
It's a pretty good opening from Roman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did go second.
Yeah. I think the reason behind the preemptive Dark Law, or the reason I would do that, is because he knows he has Swap Frog, and if he also had another frog in his hand, then he could discard that to special summon the Swap Frog, and then have food for Ronin Toadin, and then make an Exceed play. Whereas now, if he discards a card, it's going to get banished. So yeah, that was a good way to play that, I think.
So we got a couple of questions here that we already answered in the chat, but in case you're not reading the chat or you're watching this day after the tournament or something, we got who is Billy Brake playing against at the moment? That is Marvin Kamara from Switzerland, both playing Metal Foes. The other question was, is Eugen gonna go? Was he going undefeated in Swiss? No, he was not. Joshua Schmidt was the only player who was undefeated in Swiss, so we wouldn't be surprised if you get knocked out right now. Sorry for that. No, he might go all the way. So who knows?
Responds with the Dinochus.
Nothing to respond with.
No, nothing to do.
This looks really, really good for Roman. I mean, I know the Paleos can somewhat easily come back with the cards triggering from the graveyard and so on, but how likely is it here that we're going to see this game turning around again?
Both players are on quite low resources at this point, and all Eugen really has is that Swap Frog. That is enough though to do the combo that I said last turn. So he's able to send a frog, probably a dupe frog, yeah, to then use that as food for the Ronin Toadin, and then be able to special summon a Totally Awesome.
So there is actually a treacherous trap hole sat on the field there, and it's actually legal as well, as there's no trap cards in the graveyard.
Yeah, bam.
Bam.
That's
It's
where it
gonna
is.
be,
And he's activating in response.
Yep. So yeah, he can still make his play with banishing the Swap Frog for Ronin Toadin. It's actually a better play because then he could go with the Paleozoic monster if you wanted to. The one that I continue to forget its name.
Which one? There's two.
Opabina.
Okay. As opposed to Anomalocorus.
As opposed to
I think it's
Anomalocorus.
Opabinia.
Opabinia.
There's a second I in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll just call it Bina.
That's okay. I think everybody's aware which card you mean,
Yeah.
which is the most important thing for most people.
Yeah.
Totally awesome, dude. It's just hit the field.
Yeah. Okay, so
Seeing that card spelled out every time still triggers something here.
what is its name in German?
Krötelig umwerfend.
Is that a direct translation of Totally Awesome?
Pretty much, yeah. It wasn't possible to like do a word for word. Obviously, the wordplay doesn't work unless you go a lot freer. But you need to have Kröte in there because Toad and those are searchable sometimes. Or
Yeah.
yeah. So if you have a Toad card, you need a Kröte card. Okay.
Okay.
Roman Kieser wins game. Not. He doesn't. Ooh,
Yeah.
sorry, I missed
Eugen.
the last part when I was talking about the translator. Everybody was going on about how big his opening was, Roman's, but Eugen did find a way in the
Yeah,
end.
just played through it.
So I totally missed that last turn. Can you run us through it again? Either of you?
So that last turn there,
Yeah.
he just played totally awesome, and
Yeah.
Roman didn't really have any
Yeah.
sort of resources left.
That
to
was
be
Okay,
able
so
to
there
do
wasn't
anything.
like a big attack that I
No,
was
no,
missing
no.
or
It
something.
was literally just
Because I was like, I didn't see a big monster that attacked or something.
Roman tends to realize that
Oh, yeah,
time is a factor. I actually talked to him about his second game where we said there is stuff that you could do, and he said no, there was, but there was no point because I was playing against Paleozoics, and Paleozoics can then just start ramping up again, make another totally awesome, and I'm not going to be able to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then he said the magical words, which I wish everybody would think about. There isn't much time in a round.
Yeah.
And I wanted to move to the next game.
Yeah. Not many people
He was saying, well,
can appreciate that.
yeah, Paleozoic has the better matchup in time against heroes, so I just want this to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that he's really aware of the time and everything, with the Swiss being the world famous watchmakers. Just had to get that out there.
Yeah, both of these players actually running very strange coloured sleeves.
Is that because they're not white?
Yeah. Usually it's kind of, you know, like white, black, yellow. It's quite a reasonable one as well, but like red and like burgundy. It's kind of weird. It's like a burgundy brown. Bit weird.
Just a little bit.
Not just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Alright, what's going to happen? What are they going to side in? Is anybody going to play Shinzo in game 2? I guess not.
No.
No.
But there's a trap stun.
No.
He
didn't.
has 3 traps done on a wire tap, and
We-
that is
we
his
saw that, actually.
side deck against Paleozoics. So he's ready for them.
Yep.
Eugen playing Mischief of the Gnomes.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that earlier. Actually, it's really good.
Okay, I think this is the first time ever that we have more viewers on YouTube than we have viewers on Twitch.
Ah,
How many viewers have we got on YouTube?
So YouTube is currently at 1,047. They are updating it every second. It was 58 a second ago. And Twitch for me says 1,050.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just a second ago it was 1,058. But wow, way to go YouTube, to be
Yeah,
honest, because
nice work.
they always were around 300, 350 and so on, and suddenly they are quad digits, 4 numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the hands in, and Roman has gone first.
That's a great hand.
And he's played.
That's a really good hand.
Yeah, that is really quite good. He played Pot of Desires.
There's one more card somewhere.
And one more card
We're
somewhere.
one card short.
You let me do it again?
No.
Good.
Yeah.
There's the
Oh,
arrows.
dim barrier as well.
Ooh, nice.
Whoa.
This is a good opening hand.
Well, but he
Yeah.
needs those good opening hands. We just saw what Eugen is doing otherwise. Oh, you got a pretty good opening hand? I can beat you to it.
So what do you think to Eugen's hand there?
Pot of Desires is good. I mean, he's got Paleozoics. He's got a big trap line up here. He's got something to out the Dark Lore as well, which is always nice. What?
Sorry, it was just Luke Withington with the most obvious sweeping statement of the weekend. Pot
Yeah.
of Desires is good.
Yeah. Bam.
Finally, somebody said it.
I know.
I'm happy.
It's only a neg 9.
I'm happy that we established that.
I remember when it first came out and nobody wanted to play it.
Oh yeah, those were the days.
There's Instant Fusion again.
Wow. Double Bahamut Shark. So yeah, double totally awesome is how this is going to start. Just put the Instant Fusion in the graveyard. There we go.
Wow.
Did it. He's doing it.
Oh, looks like somebody's just knocked the camera.
It's that exciting.
Which is odd, because it's hanging high up in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone must have hit the scaffolding. Yeah,
It's a good opening.
double sharks, double toads.
It's the understatement
Yeah,
of the
talking about
century.
you're talking about sweeping statements.
Oh, and there's a bubble man.
The final Bubble Man, and yeah, so that means he's going to be able to mash change into acid. Can mass change into acid, and he's got dim barrier. Wow. Whoa. And it's it's got to be a frog, hasn't it? For you to,
So
you got to tribute it.
Well, he's going to be able to mass change in the end phase anyway.
Yeah.
Which is going to just completely wreck Eugen's field.
I genuinely would negate a Pot of Desires.
Oh,
If he plays that Pot of Desires, I actually would.
Definitely.
Like really.
Just want to make sure he's got as few options as possible.
Yeah, with what he's got, with perfect information here, 100% negate that Pot of Desires.
Because if he negates the pot of Desires, he also just drew into a Reckless Greed. Eugen's going to set 5. Then in the end phase, Master, he probably might not set 5, but if he does, oh wow.
Yeah.
Mass Change would then get Acid, which would destroy the entirety of the back row.
Yeah, there's no way.
And then Rowan would attack for game.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to settle 5 here. But to be fair, do you know what? It doesn't matter.
He's still going to get
play acid
and then...
Yeah, he's in a bit of a predicament here. I think it all comes down to if he negates that Desires. Okay, so...
Oh, maybe. No.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Oh, I've set 5. Oh, by the way, I've got this. Oh, okay. Well, let's go to the next game.
I think that was the correct move.
Definitely.
The correct move was to just set 5 and
just risk it.
I don't have mass change.
Yeah.
That was
the master of the strong opening, Roman Kieser.
Yeah.
He's a very, very competent hero player.
Yeah,
like,
really good.
He just knows what he's doing with it.
He finds the correct pieces in his deck. Yeah. He finds the instant fusions. Now he's got the mass change as well. Those are pretty strong openings. If Eugen gets lucky just once, I think he can take this away easily.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, if he continues to play this uphill battle game, really, there's a very good chance we could see Roman Kieser advancing to the semifinals.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is one of those moments where I just think to myself, this is why Eugen has been to the World Championships. He just got smashed, like absolutely smashed in that second game. He just doesn't care. Look at it. Just look at him.
Eugen's like, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show.
If you look at his face, you can tell the subtle tells that he's upset by what just happened.
Yeah, but like not in such a way where he's like visibly upset.
He's trying to not get it to him, get the better of him. Basically,
exactly.
He's really trying to contain himself. Yeah. He's been in this situation a couple of times. He's given other people bad beatings. He knows how it goes. With, I mean, this card game is explosive.
Yeah, I just think, look at him. He's just like, I think Roman Kieser here is more kind of, emotionally changed by his own play there. Whereas
he's like, oh yes.
Whereas Eugen is just like,
I did that.
Yeah. In case you guys are wondering how Michael Vicello dropped a couple of stones in between rounds, that is Andrea on the left behind Eugen, who is filling in for Michael. He's got some back pains. So we wish him a very speedy recovery. And in that same instant, we want to say thank you for a job well done so far.
Yeah, really good.
He was really one of the pillars this weekend and made very reliable, always got us the players as fast as possible. And yeah, no matter what was going on, Michael was always the guy you could go to and ask him for help, and he would happily give it to you.
Yeah.
Right. Eugen goes first. He
Eugen
needs a
does
good
go
opening, and at the same time he wants Roman to not
frogs.
have something.
Yeah, he needs plenty of frogs.
Roman's hand is loading in first.
Wow.
There is a hero lives. There is a bubble man. There is an emergency call.
Like those 3 cards alone,
it's a good start.
Is amazing. That makes Dark Law plus totally awesome. Just those 3 cards. Okay, that's a nice update.
We just heard that ABC, which translates to Marcello Barberi, is leading 1-0 in his top 8 match against Konstantin Kazabov from Bulgaria and his awesome hero deck. So we might have ABC in the semifinals.
Yeah.
So
okay, so Eugen's hand, he's just set 4.
Yeah, I wonder what he kept. Yeah, all the notice.
And he's got Reckless, Dimensional Barrier, Picaya, and Waboku.
Yeah. So that's the reason why he kept all the notice in hand.
Not
for
the best
Picaya.
opening we've ever seen.
No.
Far from it. And when you look at that side of the table, you know why Roman Kieser is on a roll this weekend.
Roman Kieser actually has a really good hand here. It depends how much he wants to do, but he can he can do so much. He could do so much this turn. You know, tin into Bubble Man, try and threaten with a totally awesome that might get interrupted. Then continue with a, with the hero lives. I think what he's probably doing is going to wait till next turn, flip up Trapstone,
and then go
be
for
like,
it. Yeah.
Are we good? We're good. Trapstone. Okay, let's go. And then he's just going to go mental.
All right, Eugen found a frog.
Yeah.
Finally.
I guess all depends on whether Eugen is able to get out totally awesome this turn. If he is, then Roman Kieser's dream may be slowly getting crushed by some frogs.
So good for all the Eugen fans. He's also drawn into a solemn warning, so he's got some back up basically. But that trap stun
is going
trap
to
stun
mean that he's not going to do anything.
might really hurt him.
Ooh, reckless.
Going for reckless greed.
I genuinely don't know if you play Trapstone here. I don't think you do. I think you just don't.
Yeah, I think you would just let him
just wait.
draw
just
two.
yeah.
Just
let him go.
Feel confident about
Yeah.
your chances. Do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
stick to the game plan.
I mean, also if he plays trap stun, there's no way for him to stop whatever Eugen has, and Eugen
No.
can really go big. So
yeah, I think he just has to leave him to it, and then hope that totally awesome doesn't cause as much interruption next turn to his game plan as he wants.
Now, we've got to remember as well that Wabaku is going to shut down any huge play that Roman wants to do,
Yeah,
because he can chain it to the trap stun.
Yeah, but at least he'll be able to like establish a clear board. Even isn't it?
God of Desires, Eugen is really coming back here.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, yeah, this is not the best opening ever. Yeah, just give me another turn. I'm
Yeah.
going to get there. In the late game,
In the late game.
Eugen really starts to shine.
Oh.
Wow, look at that. Solemn warning, solemn strike. Jesus.
Wow. Okay, that's gonna cause issues. Ooh.
Still this trap stun.
Yeah.
Still the same problem as before.
Yeah, it's all down to this trap stun. If the trap stun resolves, then all hell is gonna break loose.
Oh my. This is a kid show.
The thing is,
The Bubble Man's right there as well. He's going to be able to just wipe the back row.
yeah, he needs to threaten the totally awesome, and then he needs to.
He
He's
needs
not
to
even playing.
force-
He didn't play totally awesome. He's played. Oh my god. Okay, Eugen clearly does not know that he plays Trapstone.
This is
This
a good point.
is insane. He just may not know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he didn't see the other match. It was in the feature match area.
He was in the feature match area. Oh my gosh. Is he gonna? If he gets like Olanodes and snipes, like, why would you? He's not gonna start resting his chances of a YCS win on just sniping 4 back rows. Seriously, why would you? Wow, the last time we saw this was like some Madolce match or something. I remember they were the last ones that played Trapstone. Wow, actually no, I think it was probably Infernity that was the last time that we saw this at the World Championships in Rimini.
Okay, this is
This
very
is really
important.
tense.
Yeah,
This is
this
just so tense.
this
Like, there's-
everything.
There's nothing more to be said.
Everything is on the line for Eugen right now. He needs that Opapenia to
Yeah.
put in some work for him.
Yeah, so P. Kaya is able to...
But isn't that the best way he has to force his opponent
Yeah.
to play the trap stun on his turn?
Yeah. But I think he's...
Yeah. Okay.
He has to, because
That's-
otherwise he's going to get...
yeah, he's gonna get so far behind.
Yeah.
And that's like the best case scenario for Eugen.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it. He might be like, oh, okay, this is not great for me with the trap stun.
Yeah,
But
this is actually the best
This
case
is
for
a
him right
lot
now.
better than passing play with maybe a totally awesome and then getting completely knocked
Yeah.
out of the tournament, really. And now, all of the cards that he has that can stop Roman from playing with Solemn Warning, Solemn Strike, Breakthrough Skill, all
Okay.
of them are going to be live.
He has absolutely everything.
I think...
Eugen
I
is
think
suddenly in a perfect position.
Yeah.
He just put himself so far into a driver's seat. It's like he just switched his Corvette for a rocket
I think
and goes into space.
Roman here messed up a little because he didn't realize that he could chain Trapstone and then Olanodes would just chain to the Trapstone. This is just going downhill now. Really downhill
For Roman.
for Roman.
Yeah, just to clarify.
Yeah.
So there is a very strong chance we might have Eugen Heidt in the top 4. This top 4 is really shaping up.
Yeah.
Marcello is leading. That doesn't mean he's
Okay.
in there.
Okay, yeah, so look, he's gonna
chain to the trap stun. Still chaining to the trap stun.
Is this still chained to the trap stun?
I mean, he has to.
no, he's no.
It's
so
just the activation.
Trap stun resolved, and then now he played Wabaku,
Just the trigger.
chaining to Wabaku, getting a trap card from the graveyard. This is all totally fine. All of his trap cards are being negated, so Wabaku was actually negated. He didn't ever resolve, but he was still able to chain the Paleozoic monster from the graveyard. So he's gone and got the card I can never pronounce. Anomalocaris.
Anomalocaris. Yeah,
Anomalocaris. There we go.
Yeah, pretty good actually. I give you 9 out of 10 for that.
9 out of 10. Good. So, yeah, he's just taking away his opponent's back rows here.
And he doesn't even
He
doesn't even care about the fact that he's not going to
No.
draw 2 cards. He's got everything he needs already.
Morella gets negated.
And
Oh,
that's
wow.
another, oh.
Yeah, the effect of Anomalocaris is that if you play a trap card and it goes to the graveyard from the field, you can look at the top card of your deck and if it's a
Look at Eugen
Happy
playing
destroy.
under
Yeah.
a trap
Oh,
stun,
wow.
just activating trap card after trap card